My name is Thomas Gama, and I drive a Red 83. My name is Princess Diana. The reason why I bought this car was I had an S3 before, a Miller S3. So I love the car, I'm not gonna lie to you. But what was annoying me is the fact that when you go to car shows, you're not the only person. There was no uniqueness, you understand? All the looks have been done, all the wheels have been done onto the car, every mod has been done to the car. So I wanted something different, something never seen before, you understand? And so I started checking out websites and stuff, and then something just caught my eye at some point in time, and then I saw this 8V RS3 in the UK, and it was red in color as well, and it had a nice sort of goldish wheels on it. I was like, cool, I need to try this out and bring it into our borders and try and play with it, try and play with the whole concept of an EV, because at the time no one had ever done it. So that's what made me buy the AV sedan, and then that's why I keep on working on it every day to see if I can get to that level of this first car that I saw that made me fall in love with the A3 sedan. So what's been done to the car? It's a lot of things. Basically worked on the car inside and outside. The exterior, I did the RS3 conversion, full RS3 conversion, RS3 front bumper, grills and so forth. And then I did the RS3 rear with the diffusers and the exhaust. It's got the full exhaust, downpipe full exhaust, stage 2 and purpose file. And then inside, we did interior with the new Napa leather with RS3 stitching. We did a Black Forest gear knob. We did Alcantara gear boot. We did Alcantara, what do you call this thing? Airbag. Yeah, I forgot airbag. So it's also keep me safe, but I forgot about it. Alcantara airbag with red stitching on it. We did my most prized possession inside the car would be the steering wheel. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big fan of my steering because it's made out of carbon. So to take an S3, I had to buy a separate, brand new S3 steering wheel, send it in for the guy to do carbon on it, and then do Napa leather with red stitching as well. And then inside I also did some carbon touch-ups on my panels, like where my volume thingy is and where my sunroof thingy is. Did carbon on those things, so the carbon inside can complement each other, as well as the mirrors outside. And then what else? Did a complete blow over on the car as well to give it like a nice color to it. And then motor-wise, I only did the intake with a custom intake with like a custom plate with the car's name, Princess Diana. And then yeah, that's pretty much everything that I did to the car except and the air suspension. The the thing that attracts people is the air suspension. I'm running Caster double bellow bags, shortened bags with shortened struts, modified struts, and customized plates front and back to make the car sit completely low, because I like tucking my 18s. I'm running a BBS 18-inch forged wheel with 1.535 18-inch tires to give it a nice profile and a nice tuck as well. So yeah, and I'm running a hotline boot setup with dual compressors and the P7 management. So yeah, it's a mouthful, but yeah, it's my baby so far. That's what I've done. I fell in love with stance when I was still in school, actually, because as a boy, like, you're still in school, you hang out with the guys, you guys see a Go 5 GTI, you're enticed by it, you just want to own it at the time with little knowledge that you have. So as time went by, we used to watch all these videos online with my friends and go back home, and I'd watch more videos as well of the guys overseas, seeing those R32s, all nice and low, without knowing what makes them so low. And as time went by, I would get a little bit of knowledge from different people, and then that's where my database started, building up of knowing the difference between cut springs, coilovers, and air suspension. which at the time, especially to us, was hydraulics. We used to watch Snoop Dogg videos and those cars bouncing, and we're like, okay, this is cool. We didn't know what it was, but as time went by, with speaking to people, I gained more knowledge, understand, and um, then I did it on my car. When I got my first car, I was like, I'm gonna stance my car. I'm not gonna go back on because I've always had a vision of owning a stanced car. Understand? I didn't care what it was at the time. It could be bags, it could be coilies, it could be cut springs. I didn't care. It's on my car low with a nice wheel on it. So a couple of years ago, I bought myself my Polo, and then the first thing that I did was with my friend went to this other place. We compressed our springs, and then the car was sitting nice and low. And then for a brief moment, we were enjoying what the cars were giving us because we were getting attention. Like, oh, these cars are low, understand, and that was it. And then a few months later, with intense saving up, moved over to coilovers with a nice low profile tire, and then the car looked better and better and better. And then I wanted more. Understand? I wasn't satisfied because I was attending car shows and I'd see cars with AC space. I'm like, okay, one day I'm gonna own that. And then back during those days, it was a bit pricey to bag a car. So understand. So I had to save up some more, do a little bit more homework as well, and then that happened. Saved enough, and then I finally bagged my Polo. And then after that, I just fell in love with stance even more because for me it became like a day-to-day thing. I mean, like you'd wake up in the morning, dress up for work, you start your car, air up, drive to work. On your way to work, you're getting attention. You park at work, you get attention. You leave to go to see a customer, you get attention. Understand? So that made me fall in love more and more because my car had a personality as well. So throughout posting the car, attending shows, she became a little bit famous, not too much, a little bit famous. And then from there, you understand, I could see other boats out there, and then it made me want more again because I'm a person who always wants more. And then I decided, listen, I'm gonna buy myself another car, sell the other one, and then upgrade to another car and bag it again. And then that's when I got myself the Scirocco, and then I bagged it immediately because from there on, when I bagged the first car, I was like, the second car I'm gonna get, I'm not gonna go back. I'm gonna bag the second car as well. Understand? Because it's like bags are life. Understand? And then that's when the whole love for bags started. Because at the time when I bagged my Scirocco, cast the suspension in Brazil, they noticed me with the way I was posting my car all the time. And then it became a thing about it. They approached me like, okay, cool, Thomas, we want you to be our brand ambassador in South Africa. They actually sent me a kit down there, so a new management tank and all those things for me to put onto my car and just continue marketing it. Understand? And then see, that's when I started this whole bagging of cars because from there I saw an opportunity, a business opportunity, but they would give me a good pricing. I'd become their supplier locally, and then I'd start bagging cars. Of course, they would be backing me up with the warranty and all those things. So that's when there's a lengthy discussion with them. So that's when my business started, whereby like now I bag cars. I'm an official installer as well for caster suspension from Brazil, but I'm based in South Africa. And then back to the Scirocco. I had the car for a good couple of months, good couple of years actually, and then again I got bored. I wanted more, understand, and then I decided to sell the car. I got myself a Polo GTI, and a downgrade, but it wasn't really a downgrade because I thought I wanted to own a Polo GTI bagged. Got myself a Polo GTI, bagged it again, and then from there on, you understand, I was like, bags are nice, but I also want power as well. So I had to get rid of the Polo GTI, and then after get myself the Go 5 GTI because, like I said, back in school, see how these dots connect. Back in school, I used to have that passion, that love for Mark 5 GTI or Mark 5 R32. So I was like, at some point in time, I need to own this car. So after getting rid of the Polo, I saw a very nice, clean Go 5 GTI that I bought, bagged immediately, Black Widow. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people know this car because I've been all over with this car, I understand. Black Widow, and then I enjoyed the car, I understand. But then again, me being me, I don't know what's wrong with me. I wanted more again, I understand. And then owned the Mark 5 for a few months, and then I got bored, and then I got myself the S3, the white one, the Miller S3, understand. Bagged it immediately. The car was stuck. I love that car. You have no idea, understand. It had power, it had lows, it had everything that I needed. I worked on the car, did the seats, Didn't do the fancy steering stuff with the expensive seats. No, just got myself the 8V S3 seats and then did the air suspension on that, did wheels, and then downpipe, and then didn't do soft. But I enjoyed the car. I loved it. Attending shows, yeah, it was like Miller S3s, yeah, but then again, there would be someone else that would come with the same exact S3 with better mods, and then there'll be someone that comes with another S3 that looks the same with better mods than the other guy. So that bored me, and me being me again, I got bored, and then I was like, okay, cool, I need to look for something new, and then that's when the Princess Diana came into the picture, the vision that I saw while I was searching on the net for something different. Because trust me, I looked, but I couldn't move away from Audi because at that time I'd fallen in love with Audi. I'm like, okay, I want something new. So took a look at my budget, saw my other car, and I was like, cool, I'll get myself the sedan, and then got myself the A3 sedan, understand? And then I worked on it till it became what it is right now, and I've been enjoying it ever since. And I don't think I'll get bored. So don't be too quick to someone sell his car again. I'm not gonna sell my car. I'm gonna keep it because I'm enjoying it, and that's the truth. So the first car that I bagged was my black Polo GTI after my Scirocco Khaleesi. So the black Polo GTI was Lexi. So Lexi was the first Polo GTI that I bagged, my very own car. And there wasn't much of a learning process because I knew how to bag cars then. It was a matter of making it practical for me to understand. Because I'd seen people bag cars. I'd never tried it before myself. But I had the knowledge of how to bag a car. And then when I bagged the car, it was a tad bit difficult because we experienced a lot of problems that day. When the car had leaks, we just connected power directly. There was no relay, there was no fuses, nothing. We just wanted the car to go up and down, which that's a mistake that most people do. But that's a story for another day, right? But so that day it was like issue after issue after issue. You connect the com kicks in, but it doesn't shut down because now it's got direct power, and then now we blew the press switch. You understand? So there's a lot of issues. It was a nice learning curve for me to grow myself, because at the time I didn't think I'd own like a bagging company. I would own a business that bags cars for customers. You understand? So learned a lot of mistakes, and then kept on working on the car for the next couple of days. We bagged it in a day, believe it or not. So after that, I had major leaks. I had so much issues with the car, so I had to continuously fix one thing after the next, after the next. So that helped me as well to be a person that knows what to do when they start working on the customer's car. Understand? The first thing that you need to do, 1, 2, 3, and 4, is a process for me because I've been through it so many times. Because the second car that I bagged was my friend Diseto's car, and it was sorry, not Diseto's car. It was my Polo GTI. It was my Go 5 GTI a few weeks later, because I had sold the Polo GTI after I'd worked on it, make sure everything was 100%. Sold it, got the Go 5 GTI, bagged it myself, which by then I knew what to avoid and I knew what to do, right? And then after it was my friend's car, and he sold his kit to some other guy, his old kit to some other guy as well. Then I bagged that car as well. And then from there it just took off, because each and every car till today I still apply the same concept, that with every car that I do, if I do 10 polos, those 10 polos can teach me something. Each and every single car teaches me something, because there's always room for improvement. Understand? So with me, that's how I approach my business concept, whereby customer brings in a car, I treat all the cars fairly. Understand? I treat all the cars like they're the same. If someone brings me an RS3 today and someone brings me a Mark 1, these cars are the same to me. The same process that I applied back then is the same process that I apply now. And like all the customers, they don't need to have issues when their cars are being bagged by me. Understand? And of course, there's mistakes. There's rushing, customers that rush, there's shortcuts that can be taken, but I don't like doing that, because at the end of the day, my work is to speak volumes for me out there. So if I make a mistake, that mistake can speak volumes for me out there. Understand? If I do a good job in the customer's car, same thing happens. It speaks volumes for me out there. So that's how my whole bagging situation started, and then how my business grew into being what it is today, as a person that bags cars on a daily basis. I don't have a day job. This is my day job. So the name Princess Diana came from the first day when I picked up the car. Actually, I was driving back,
and I was playing music. I was happy, that you know how when you buy a car, like when you're driving back home, like you just like overwhelmed, you're excited, you're happy, you just like over the moon, right? So I kept on thinking to myself, I need to name the car. I was under pressure and I was hungry as well, funny enough. So I was like, okay, cool. But all my other cars had names, it's sentimental names. Miller had her own sentimental value. Black Widow had her own sentimental value as well. The Lexi GTI had her own sentimental value, and Khaleesi sentimental value, Camille sentimental value. I'll tell you where the names came from some other time, right? So I was like, okay, I need to find value in the name that I'm gonna give this car, because this is gonna be like the love of my life. You understand? Because I normally fall in love with my cars, right? And again, I'm not gonna sell my car, right? So, anyways, driving, and then I kept on thinking, okay, what will I name this car? And at some point in time, that song by The Weeknd, Dirty Diana, started playing. So it didn't click immediately, right? So only when the song was about to end, when the chorus came in, Dirty Diana, no, and then it clicked in my mind, like, oh, you can name this car Diana, you understand? And then when I stopped to grab some food, right, I kept on thinking about the name. I wanted to add meaning to the name. Then I googled Princess Diana. I googled Diana, and then Princess Diana popped up, and then I saw how this redhead was so beautiful in her prime, and I was like, okay, cool, I can name my car literally Princess Diana. And then the first post came while I was sitting. Took a picture of the car, put it online, and I was like, okay, there you go, this is Princess Diana. So that's how the name came about. Stance means a lot to me. For the mere fact that growing up, the living conditions back at home they weren't the best. Understand? So like any person would do, you'd look for an escape. Some also to go out partying, so I had to look for an escape somewhere, and I couldn't indulge in drugs and alcohol because that's not me, that's not who I am, right? So having to sit at home and just watch videos of cars and just sit there and I had a neighbor who had an RS4B7, and I used to love that guy's car, understand? And then I envision myself driving a similar car or something better, or build a car in my mind. So I created like a vision for myself, and then I stuck to that vision, and then it was so close to my heart that I made it a lifestyle, to an extent that I even quit my job to focus on strictly stocks. I remember 2 years ago, I was still working as a financial planner. I just woke up one morning, I was okay, and then as I'm heading to work, I understand, I just had this feeling. I said, listen, quit your job and just focus on it, because this will grow. It's growing as we speak. I understand. So that's what stance is to me. I literally woke up one morning, went to work, handed in my resignation, and just focused on bagging cars. So that's like it's very close to my heart. It's very, yeah. So it's deep. It's very personal. So I love stance. That's the reason why. So from coming from my background and even to be where I am right now, because of passion, it's difficult to let go and focus on other things when literally something that you love gives you life and meaning on a daily basis, understand? So that's why I love stance. Even if I will, keep it real,